After a few years hiatus, we are back at Three Springs for round 4 of the 2023 Western Australian Off-Road Racing Championship.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably definitely one of my favourite tracks in WA. It's got a bit of everything. It's a 70-75k loop, so it's got plenty of challenges and then plenty of fast sections down the road, which is definitely going to be good in this new car.
The Total Asphalt Three Springs 300 was set to be a great event, with excitement building amongst the teams.
I really like the track. I think it's a nice track to be racing on, and I like the event as well. It's well organised and yeah, it's very good.
With scrutiny underway on Friday night, Sean Beck summed up perfectly how everyone was feeling about the return to Three Springs.
We're back, baby!
When Prologue kicked off the racing on Saturday, it was clear that full attack was the aim of the game. Ryan Prim was one of the early pace setters in his first race in the ex-George Metaxas Prologue. With the dust really starting to pick up with each run, it was becoming clear that a spot at the front of the field was going to be a key in setting up a good weekend of racing. The varying nature of the Three Springs track meant that this was not by any means advantageous to just one type of vehicle. The variety of long straights, sweeping corners, tight technical sections and some rough stuff to test the suspension meant that it was a total unknown if buggy, four-wheel drive, side-by-side or tin top would rule the roost. In the end, it would be Brent Smoothie in the four-wheel drive Mason trophy truck which would take the top spot. The Joe Gibbs Racing motor singing a fantastic tune around the Yarra Yarra Lakes. The WA1 of Adam Truella was hot on his heels, with Jared Percival putting in a fine drive for third outright. Nicholas Van Geest also put his rivals on notice, slotting in as the fastest side-by-side pro in his first race in the class. Section 1 got underway on Saturday afternoon. A single 75km lap would see the 49-strong field of cars let loose on this challenging course. Early pace setter Brent Smoothie would only make it halfway around the lap, the Australia 2 truck grinding to a halt with driveline issues. Harley Uren was a man on a mission, making up for a DNF on Prologue, hunting his way through the field before Mechanical Gremlins also sidelined the 446 machine. Up and down the field there was some fantastically close racing, particularly in the side-by-side class where the top 5 were covered by less than 1 minute. But the quickest team on track was the number 54 of Troy Higgins. After starting 4th, he rocketed to the top of the timesheet. With just 9 seconds splitting Higgins and Truella, the scene was set for an epic day 2 of racing. Sunday morning was going to be the big one. 2 laps totaling 150 kilometres meant that it was make or break time. Higgins again led the field away, with the chasing pack behind looking to pile on the pressure. As always at Three Springs, the spectators were in for a treat. The popular Cliff Spectator Point provided the opportunity to see the race cars come through at 2 different points of the lap. This meant that crews could chase the race through the cliffs and then out along Strutton Road to the other popular spectator points such as the road jump. This section will be a tough one for the side-by-side teams. Jim Cairns an unfortunate DNF, whilst Dave Bush broke an axle in the Bush Industries X3. Harley Wren looked set for a blistering lap time until he rolled the 446 Pro 2. And Jono Hansen was another to strike trouble. An overheating engine meant regular stops as they attempted to limp the Trident Motorsport machine to the finish line. But whilst chaos reigned behind them, the top 3 remained unchanged. Higgins extending his lead over Truella and Percival. Mark Kramer had a big push to slot in ahead of Ryan Print, whilst the side-by-sides led by Friday Boyce were still locked in a 4-way battle for class honours. A final 75km blast to the finish line was all that remained as Section 3 got underway. With 225 kilometres already under the belt, this is where it will become a race of attrition. The incredibly fast pace being held by the top half of the field would put teams under pressure. Ryan Print continued to wage battle with Mark Kramer for fourth outright, the Kalgoorlie-based team continuing to impress everyone as they got used to their new buggy. Friday Boyce was feeling the heat, literally. A broken exhaust right behind the navigator's seat was the beginning of the end for his charge to class victory. Despite this track not having been run for 2 years, it had not lost any of its character, and in the final section as the sand and ruts continued to get deeper, the crews really had to drive with their heads to ensure a finish. Particularly amongst the four-wheel drive crews, the age-old motto of "to finish first, first you must finish" was becoming even more appropriate. But as they crossed the line, Jared Percival and his 919 Element Pro buggy locked in third outright. For his maiden run on home soil, this was a massive display of potential and is showing that the step up from Pro Light was not going to be any issue for the Percival Motorsport team. Adam Truella locked in a solid second outright. The WA1 will be happy with more points in the bag and a straight car ahead of the season-ending Kalgoorlie Desert Race. But nobody could catch first outright, Troy Higgins, who's been thriving in season 2023. Good signs for the immaculately presented Higgins Motorsport team. Congratulations to all the class winners and finishers. Thanks to the efforts of the town of Three Springs, Wayora, and with the support of event sponsors Total Asphalt, it's been a fantastic return to Three Springs and we cannot wait to be back next year. But first, bring on the Kalgoorlie Desert Race to round out the 2023 season.